Hey VC, John back again, and I'm back rather quick for the way I do things. But basically, I was listening to records today, and I got all my newest stuff. I got to file it away, so we got to go through this, and hopefully I don't talk too much. But we're gonna start out what we're listening to today with Wild Horses from 1980, and the reason why we're talking about this is because Jimmy Bain died, bass player and lead singer of the band, and obviously everyone knows him from Dio, but this band had Brian Robertson and from Thin Lizzy, and it'll sound a little Lizzy. It's not a great record, but a decent rock record. The only reason I would have probably never pulled it out, but just because Jimmy Bain died. Brian Robertson and Neil Carter from Lady UFO, and Clive Edwards, who also did some UFO and like some of the spin-off bands drumming with like Pete Way and stuff. Inner Sleeve. I don't know if this glare is gonna be so good. I don't know if you can hear that, but definitely Brian Robertson, Lizzy licks in the opening track, and a couple of songs are rockers, but then it gets a little weird. But all right, what are we gonna? Oh yeah. And also, it was pretty cool because I'd read this book a while ago, but when it came out, Martin Popoff book, UFO, Shoot Out the Lights. I just finished this last night, and it's not a biography, but it's just an analysis, a critical analysis of all their albums and songs and all the spin-off records and solo records and the Schenker records, the Michael Schenker, the MSG records are in here too. But not a lot of dirt, a couple good stories, but it mainly sticks to the music and the albums and what was going on. But cool book for UFO fans. It's nice to originally read it, and you can listen to the records while you're reading it. It goes through album at a time. Cool. And let's see, what do I put this in? Oh yeah, okay. Everyone's been showing this stuff, and I'm not trying to step on anyone's shoes, but just what I got. Most of it, I got the same stuff, is because I heard it from you folks. And so I'll go through some of these quick. I know everyone showed it. This is Battering Ram, and I got the box set. And I didn't actually order the box set, but that's what they sent me. But it came with a T-shirt. It's a good record. Good. I love Saxon. It comes with a CD version, and then CD live Saxon over Sweden 2011. I got some sort of download card. What else? I don't know how many. It'd probably be like 5,000. This is number 2,976, whatever that is. And then the LP, which everyone shows, but just the LP. So we'll move on to that. It's a good record. You know, modern Saxon. Great band. And it's not the best of the later albums, but I also picked up Into the Labyrinth a while back, and just because it's one of the few that is available on vinyl, it was. And this is a great record. This is in the top 4 or 5 best records since the classic era, maybe even the top 3. Which is, yeah, I can't remember, but pretty cool. They got riffs like Indiana Jones, Nigel Glocker in the World War II plane. And this is a great record on double LP. They put the album on. So yeah, this is a great record. The new record's really good, but this one's even better. And what do I got? I got some new wave of traditional heavy metal. I got this one not that long ago, just like maybe a week ago or something, or 2 weeks ago. Stallion from Canada, and I think this is their first record, the first LP, and they have, I think, a new one out. Pretty cool. Let's see. This glare is killer. I don't know if that helps, but they look a little over the top, but this record is really good. Not quite as good as Enforcer, but great singer, dedicated frontman, and he sounds really 80s style, maybe a little bit like Eric Wagner's voice from Trouble. Not the way he sings, it's not doomy at all, but just his throaty. But good songs, some good, like, funny lyrics, simple, real authentic. And I picked up Mounting the World. This is, I think, I could be wrong on this, but I think this is their first record. And this is an EP, 6 tracks. And it looks like they redo Canadian. I've not listened to this one. This one's next on the list. But really good band if you like Enforcer and stuff. And then I think I put them all in a row. Hitting, everyone showed this. This is a great record. I listened to this when I got it like a whole bunch of times. And they're from Spain. To me, it reminds me very Maidenish, and I'm sold right away because he's got a tank on the back of his jacket. I think there's a Saxon poster. And, the glass not so good in this spot. But Gatefold, single album, Gatefold. And let's see, it comes with a post, it comes with a lyric sheet, and you can see the tank jacket. And I think there's a poster, maybe some stickers, all just the same motif. This is a really good record. And Looking for Action, I love that tune. There's Nightmare Comes True. There's some really good tracks on here. And you know, I listened to like the new Iron Maiden record. I'm like, they should almost do covers. They'd be better off doing like covers of this band, Stallion, Enforcer, all the new bands, and just call like Old Guard of traditional heavy metal or something. I think they'd do a hell of a lot better than the stuff they're putting out now. And this is one of the original new wave of traditional heavy metal bands, White Wizard. And the reason I picked this one up is because that tune, actually it's called High Speed GTO, and it's got like the Maiden, Judas Priest, and then Tank again, the logos, the font, White Wizard. But this High Speed GTO is fantastic tune. I play it over and over. I saw it on YouTube. They made like a cornball video. And it's a really funny video. I think it continues, they take that video motif, it gets continued into a later record, a later video. But they're an American band. It's a pretty good record. That High Speed GTO is worth the price of this. And I don't think it was too much money. And then they had Derek Riggs from Maiden did this. Maybe this was the cover. This is a repress. But maybe the first edition, this was the cover. I'm not sure. But if Derek Riggs did the artwork, this should have been the front cover. I mean, how could you put that on the inside? But the thing about this record, I feel that they might have used Pro Tools, that auto-tune on his voice. It's too perfect on the highs and just sounds too perfect and in tune. I don't want to claim that they did, but in my ears it doesn't sound as authentic 80s as some of the other bands. And I don't know if it was studio trickery or not. I don't want to accuse them of anything, but to me it just doesn't sound as natural. Although that High Speed GTO is fantastic, but if you listen to it, let me know what you think. I think maybe Pro Tools were used on his voice to hit all those notes so perfectly. And then I think that's the end of my new wave of traditional heavy metal. This is Enforced Death by Fire, their third album. I showed some other ones, but I should have put that with the other ones. Fantastic record. As good as From Beyond, in my opinion. And then, what do we got? Oh, Barren Cross. I found this at a record shop. I was surprised. Christian metal. And the drummer. Maybe we got a good drummer here. They're a really good band. Besides, like, two of maybe the worst acoustic guitars ever made. Let's get that glare off. Terrible, terrible guitars. I hate that cutaway. I hate this flying V acoustic. Is that like the heavy metal acoustic? I don't know. But this is a really good record. As bad as they look. This record, it rocks. He's a really good singer. I'll have to listen to it more times, but of course it's going to have lyrics, because all Christian records have lyrics, so you get the message. And I think they're endorsed. Oh yeah, they're endorsed. We got a letter. They're endorsed by their pastor, so you know it's a good record. And this is from, hey, let's see, I'm skipping years here. This is on Star Gong record, and it's from '86. And I wanted this record anyway. I've seen the cover around, but I was pleasantly surprised that the music's actually really good in it. And then what else is this? Oh, got a Jess Cox 45. Jess Cox was the original singer of Tigers of Pantang. He had a track on Neat Records. He had a track on, Heavy Metal Heroes Part 2. And then he put out this 45, and then I think he put out a solo LP, and then maybe there was another 45 in there. But and it's not very metal, but it's, the A-side's a stinker, but the B-side, check it out, I really like a lot, and that kind of British, dumbed-down rock, and he's got his gruff voice. It's kind of a simple, gruff tune, but happy to have that, because I really like Jess Cox, that first Tigers album. And then, if you look closely at fellow VC member Andy, Cloudy Milder, or Cloudy Milda, in his 3 random records, which is fun. If you don't know him, you should check him out, but in the background he had this record, and he must have got the same deal, because I got this on sale from like Hell's Headbangers, I think, or Shadows Fall, I don't remember, but Reunion Witchcross record, and it's actually really good. It's decent. It's pretty good, and this reminds me very much as modern Saxon, which is like traditional metal done a little modern sounding, but not modern in a bad way, like 90s metal. And they even kind of strike me as the same look as Saxon, and I think that's the only original member from Witchcross when I was checking the album. And you got your kind of like older British singer with like Biff Byford or Brian Ross kind of looking dude. But it's actually a nice looking record, and it sounds really good. And a couple of tracks are good. And Ride with the Wind is maybe one of the best songs. Like the first one, and Ride with the Wind, but it's got Graham Oliver from Saxon guesting on the guitar solo, and it's got a couple other guests I didn't know, but decent record. I got it for like $6.66. It's on sale. Not mandatory, not fantastic, but worth $6. And oh yeah, I always had this, but I just pulled this out just to do, I don't know, there's no way not, just to see which members are on which, and it seems like it's just one member, the guitar player, on the original Witchcross. And this is a real good record from '84, Roadrunner. And then what did I get? I got this record. See, this Wild Horses, hit or miss. This is one of the best American comps. There's all these great British comps I have, but I never had this one. I remember this as a kid because it had, like, to me the big deal was the rare SOD song, Ram It Up, which wasn't on the LP. It's kind of, but this is from Megaforce, and it's everything on here is unreleased, or at least I'm sure they've been on, like, CD reissues and stuff, but starting off with Medieval Steel, this might be the best track on the whole record, Battle Beyond the Stars. Fantastic, never released. Then we got Overkill doing a cover of Dead Boy's Sonic Reducer, which is from the Field of Fires session. You got a Rare Exciter song, a TT Quick song, Raven from Live at the Inferno tour, but it's not a live track, I don't believe. I think it's just outtakes, if I remember. Imperious Rex, Blessed Death, New Jersey kind of thrash band, special live in the studio, so it's kind of demos, the SOD. Then you got this cool one was the Anthrax Joey Belladonna edition tape, and it's a version of Joey singing Panic off the Neil Turbin record there, the first Anthrax record. So every one of these unreleased, and the bottom is funny, you got Blue Cheer doing Boney Maroney when they came back to kind of cash in on the heavy metal craze, and rightfully so. I mean, they're one of the forefathers of heavy metal, but it's kind of lousy, but I kind of like this. It's actually terrible. I never liked the song Boney Maroney, no matter who covers it. Anyone covers it, but it's a nice period piece, because I remember when that record came out and all these bands were becoming heavy metal. Mountain put out a new record, and of course Budgie kind of got a resurgence, and all these 70s bands had a little bit of resurgence. Black Hole, and this one I listened to. I still need to listen to this. This is a bizarre Italian band, and this is a reissue from High Roller. Obviously, it's not the original, but weird band, man. Sorry about the shaking. And these guys have like English names. Luther, oh, what were their names? Oh, Robert Measles, Nicholas Murray, and Luther Gordon. But there's no way they're English or American. They're just total foreigners with this almost inept, bizarre piece of like keyboard Latin, cultish, doomy metal lyrics. And I think we don't have any more pictures, unfortunately, but great pictures. They're in like period, I don't know, costume or something. But a very interesting record, right up my alley. But it's going to take a little bit more listens to really digest. And then a lot of people showed these. I know Andy showed these, and I've not listened to them. I put them on just for a needle drop, but